everyone, my name is Joel Dunay, and this is my official unofficial solution for the network state exam. And now it's the seventh topic, the physical layer, which is about the physical layer. The physical component of the communication. Of course, here you can start with the really basics that drawing out the outside layers and the show how the data has been processed from top to down, so see what will get to the physical layer actually. The physical components of the communication, I believe, is quite simple. Here we are talking about cables. These can be Cooper, optical, or wireless transmission, and of course the electrical and procedural means in order to work this together, because of course the cables are requiring, for example, connectors or other stuffs at home, and or within a network, or the wireless stuff requires other devices that will help to transmit and receive the signals. So by default, the not the physical components, but the main functions of the first layer is that I've said several times in previously that the physical layer does encoding. Oops. The physical layer does encoding. That means encoding based on a pattern, because as I said, the data can be go through on several cables, and of course the encoding is not for this. The encoding is to able, or to make able, that the receiver, and the receiver might not be the destination immediately, but it can be another device, and that will transmit to another device. So the encoding simply ensures that the devices that will reach the data through the transmitting phase will able to detect what the actual data, so they will recognize that what's the data. And the other important stuff is the signaling that I showed in a previous video, that for example, if we have this signal, then the signaling is important, that they should tell that which one, for example, a 0, and which one is a 1. So for example, this can be a 1, or this can be a 1, or this is a 1, or this is a 1, or this is a 1. So the signaling is important, that somehow the physical layer has to denote or notify or make or set a marker to see that which loop or which spike will be a binary 1 or a binary 0. So this will also help the receiver to understand the actual data. And as I said, it does conversion, because the physical layer will help, as I said, where the data can go through Cooper media, optical media, and wireless media as well. Therefore, they providing this conversion that they can communicate with each other. So these are the main functions. Uh, the main functions that provided to the data link layer, I mean the service, is quite simple. It just simply transmits bits to the data link layer, and the data link layer will do the error correction and packages the bits into a frame. So basically that's all about this. The transmission rate, bit secondum and baud secondum, is really easy. The bit secondum is of course the how many bits a physical medium can transmit in a secondum, in a second. Of course here everyone can come up with the traditional or famous ones like 10 megabit per secondum or 1 gigabit per secondum, and the baud per sec is a bit different. The baud simply means, or this the baud per sec simply means that how many times a signal has changed in 1 secondum. So this is a symbol which should be defined. That's all about it. The standards and protocols of the physical layer, honestly, I talked about this in the first one because the standards and protocols, of course, standards that we need, for example, connectors and what voltages they are using, and these silly stuff that we simply need. Protocols, I don't know whether there is any protocol for that. The standardization organizations of the physical layer is interconnecting with the previous one, because here I believe you don't have to learn standard organizations by heart. Of course, here you can come up with the IEEE that defines the electrical means for the physical medium. And of course, there are other organizations that, for example, has to determine what connectors and other stuff we should use. So basically that's all about the seventh topic, and again, if I said something wrong, then I don't really care. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.